What's going on, guys? Gomes here back again on another MLB The Show 19 Diamond Dynasty video. Quickly want to remind you guys, if you are not aware, I will be streaming 9 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. We will be doing viewer games and also have song requests down. Should just be a fun, chill kind of night. So if you guys think you can beat me, trying to expose me, go ahead and come out twitch.tv/GomesDaLegend down in the description and the comment section. Today we are going to be talking about 10 team affinity rewards that I think anybody can really use for their team. Now, I have made team affinity videos in the past, but now that I have a little bit more understanding, used a few more of these cards, whether it be in Battle Royale or ranked seasons or whatever, and just kind of know what the attributes more so need, because since I've been streaming, I've been playing so many more games, and we actually did pretty well last night, so thank God we kind of wrote the ship a little bit. But yeah, I just want to go through 10 team affinity rewards that I think you guys really should be grinding for. Of course, you guys probably know my most popular video, top right hand corner. If you guys have not seen it yet, the best way to complete the team affinities, go ahead and watch that video up there. But I want to go through, like I said, 10 affinity rewards that I think that you guys really should be getting, because I think that they are really worth it. Now, these did change from my last time out. Some of them I do not think they're worth it anymore because I've used them, and no bueno. Specifically looking at this damn one for Jay Buhner, I ironically hit a home run with him recently, but I'm just not a big fan of this card. His vision is at 50, so it's just kind of hard to use him, you know, once you get into the Hall of Fame plus difficulty. I'm just not a big fan of this card, and others that I had on my list before, I'm not going to have on this one. And likewise, there's cards that I did not mention before that I want to mention now. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The first one being the Baltimore Orioles. I think that Zach Britton, a lot of people said he is really nice. Every single stream, I cannot stream without people fawning over the Zach Britton card. If you guys need a lefty reliever, he is very solid. He has a sinker, slider, fastball, two-seamer, which you might think 3 fastballs is not a good thing. The sinker is one of the most effective pitches that you can really have, especially lefty on lefty. It is super good because it is really hard to hit. If you bust it inside with them, it is hard to hit moving inside and get your PCI around on it. He throws his 4-seam and 2-seam at about 98, 99 miles per hour, and then that slider's in at 83 as well, and it has 97 break, I do believe, so pretty good pitch right there. 108 hit 9, 87 K9, 68 walk 9, and he does have 93 home runs per 9 as well, which you might debate whether or not you think that stat should be in the game, but nonetheless, it is effective and it helps keep the ball in the ballpark. And then 116 pitch clutch as well, which does kind of counteract batters batting clutch, and it makes it so when there's a runner on base, the PCI becomes smaller. So if you try to limit runs and keep the ball in the ballpark, the Zach Britton is a great lefty reliever that you guys should be getting. For the New York Yankees, we have David Robertson right here. He's pretty solid just because his pitches work really well. I kind of would say he's like a Dellin Betances from last year or years before when he only had these 3 pitches. Actually, I don't think Dellin Betances had a changeup. So David Robertson, of course, cutter, knuckle curve, and a changeup. He doesn't throw as hard as Dellin Betances, but he is really good nonetheless. 93 home runs per 9, once again, very good. 105 hit 9, 113 K9. Really good per 9s, and then 119 clutch. Once again, you guys know what that does. I think he's pretty solid. 96 break, so he's definitely going to be getting a lot of arc on that knuckle curve. The one downside, of course, is pretty obvious. This is walk 9, but as long as you can kind of mix your pitches and hit your meter, hit your analog, whatever it may be, hopefully he should still be able to do pretty solid. But he does have really good 3 pitches. If you're going to have 3 pitches, these are 3 that you're going to want to have. So I'd recommend that David Robertson. Onto the Tampa Bay Rays. This is one that I'm going to be completing very soon because a lot of people have mentioned this. Ben Zobrist is very solid. As you guys can see, the most obvious thing about Ben Zobrist cards each and every year is he can play everywhere except for catcher. He can play every spot in the infield, every spot in the outfield, and pretty good defense as well. He regularly has 83 and 80 reaction, and that only gets bumped down -5 for his secondaries, so he's still going to have 78 fielding anywhere else that you put him besides second base. He has 63 speed, 78 94 contact, 73 74 power, 69 vision, and 89 batting clutch. So I think he's just well-rounded. He doesn't do anything spectacular, but he's just a very versatile player. He's a switch hitter once again. I think his batting stance is pretty underrated as well. I think this card is, I know I used him in 16. I had a lot of fun using him, and I used him last year as well. And he's just really solid. I definitely recommend that you guys try him out. And if you're late in games, did a pinch hitter, and you need somebody to fill that spot, Ben Zobrist can play literally everywhere, so that is nice as well. I did not think I would ever recommend this Edwin Encarnacion, but recently I have been using his live series card, whether primarily in events I would use him, and he is really good. The power, his swing is definitely showing, and you guys can see he has no defense whatsoever, so this is going to be a strict pinch hitter. He's a lefty killer. 84, 113 contact and power, and then 75 vision as well is pretty decent. 44 speed as well. It's not horrible, it's not great, but for Edwin it's not bad. So I think this is going to be a great pinch hitter off your bench, and that's like the main point of this video. Once again, I know you probably have better first baseman than Edwin Encarnacion. I have Freddie Freeman, who is much better, and I'd much rather have him. But in certain situations, this Edwin Encarnacion could really come up clutch for you. And even if it's like in an event game, if you can use this card, he could be pretty solid. So I would recommend getting him as a bench bat. And remember, all of these team affinities cost about 10,000 stubs. So they are very cheap, at least in my opinion, albeit you cannot sell them if you do not like them. But trust me, I've tried out a lot of these guys, if not their current version, other versions of them. And I've had a lot of people tell me that they really did enjoy them. On to Michael Brantley right here. This is one that I'm very close to wanting to go ahead and grind as well, just do those exchanges. Michael Brantley is pretty much the epitome of what you would want in this game. The way the game plays, 102.88 contact, 58.47 power, this is honestly, you know, pretty good card. 99 vision as well, so it's going to be nice for those high difficulties. High contact, not too much power. He could potentially hit a home run, but still, I think he always has a nice swing as well. Even his live series card is really nice. 71 speed, 78 stealing, so a pretty decent base runner. 67 fielding, out left field is not the greatest, but he does have 78 arm, which kind of does make up for it. Once again, a lot of times left field is where you want to put your not so good defensive player, outfielder, so Michael Brantley could do well out in left field. On to the next one. This is one that you guys know I've had on my team for a long time, Jose Reyes. I can show you guys his stats because I've had a lot of work with him. 290 pretty much through about 250 bats, but he does slug 429, so it's surprising there he does not have much power, but he is just a catalyst, especially once you get him on base. He causes havoc. Everybody always slide steps against Jose Reyes, which can cause their pitches to be less accurate. He is really just a nice option. 90 vision. I've only struck him out 10 times in 250 at bats. Like I said, 97 speed is very nice. His fielding is pretty good. 82 and 83. 78, 99 contact, and like I said, that 90 vision for a switch hitter. He does pretty damn good. Just checking right here, I bat 280 versus righties, 295 versus lefties, so pretty good versus both sides, and then some power. He will hit a couple home runs, 12 doubles, 7 triples, so like I said, that speed is definitely noticeable, and Jose Reyes has probably been my favorite team affinity that I have had to use so far this year. Onto the Nationals, we have Trey Turner right here. I have used him in about 60 at-bats, 317 hitting, 450 slug, 2 doubles, 3 triples, no home runs with him. He has 69 power versus righties, so you probably could hit a couple home runs, not so much versus lefties necessarily. The downside for Trey Turner is his fielding. 65 fielding in center field, and then if you try to move him to a secondary, that moves down to 60 and reaction below 60, so that is obviously not good. His speed, again, just like Jose Reyes, 97, creates havoc once you get him on base. Everybody's always worried because stealing is pretty easy this year. I have to say, if you know how to do it, stealing can be pretty effective. 95 stealing as well. Really good contact, 108, 93. 73 vision is not the greatest, but it is not that bad as well. Trey Turner, I would definitely recommend. Even though he has not so great fielding, that speed makes up for it in the outfield, and he gets to pretty much everything. So Trey Turner is another solid team affinity that I would recommend. A guy who I just recently got, Raleigh Fingers. I have been using him on stream the last couple nights, and he's been doing pretty solid. His pitches are good. Again, sinker is probably my favorite pitch to use. Righty, definitely a very effective pitch. The forkball is kind of like a changeup that I would say, and it does work pretty well. 14 mile per hour difference from that fastball, coming in at about 94 miles per hour. He is 101 K9, 92 hit 9, which is pretty good stats, 86 walk 9, and 90 control. So the big thing about him is he's going to be a lot more accurate than other guys that I have on this list. And trust me, accuracy can definitely be crucial at times because pitching isn't always the most fair. You know, you might hit your meter, you might be doing exactly what you're supposed to, but at the same point, it might not end up exactly where you want to. And then 85 home runs per 9 as well. A lot of these cards, the team affinities, have good home runs per 9, and especially after the most recent patch, which did theoretically increase the exit velocities. I'm saying theoretically because personally I haven't noticed it too much, but that should help keep the ball in the ballpark, which is going to be obviously important. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, we have Felipe Rivero right here, or Felipe Vasquez nowadays. He throws gas. He's going to throw 100 miles per hour. Then that changeup is going to still be about 12 to 13 miles per hour difference, so that's still pretty solid. 71 walk 9 and 83 control is pretty good for somebody who throws that hard. 104 hit 9 is going to keep kind of limit and keep their PCI pretty small. 80 home runs per 9 is not the greatest, but it's not bad. 96 break as well. I've used this live series a lot. I am a big fan of his live series card, so I imagine his diamond card is probably even better, so I'm really looking forward to getting him as well. He's going to be one of the next on my shopping list. And then finally, my last guy I'm going to recommend to you guys is, of course, Kyle Schwarber from the Chicago Cubs. Another guy who probably don't want to start him, but he's just going to be a really nice bench bat. You guys probably know at this point, Kyle Schwarber is a very good swing, very good lefty bat, 88 contact, 109 power, 43 vision, not the best, but if he makes contact, he's definitely going to hit it a ways. You can potentially put him at catcher. You're probably going to really regret it because his fielding's going to drop down below 60, and his it actually doesn't show his blocking. I'm not too sure what his blocking would be, but again, another really solid bench bat that I would recommend that you guys pick up nonetheless, because like I said, even if you don't start Edwin, even if you don't start Kyle Schwarber, even if you don't start any of these guys, Jose Reyes, Trey Turner, tremendous speed off the bench. If you guys ever need a run like late in games, you can always sub them in. Very good speed. They're always going to be cautious, steal some bases, and you know, there for that second base, all you need really is a single and you're going to score. Edwin and Kyle Schwarber, two very good pinch hitters that you guys can call upon. And then I listed a lot of relievers because relievers are kind of hard to come by, at least right now. They usually are going for more expensive. Hayer goes for like 30. Edwin Diaz goes for like 30K as well. So Zach Britton for sure, Riley Fingers and Felipe Rivero at this point I think are really solid options. Like I said, most of these team affinities are pretty decent. Let me know down below in the comment section which ones am I sleeping on, which ones should I mention in this video that you guys have been having success with. Like I said, video in the top right hand corner that I made towards the start of the year still works now. The best way to complete team affinities takes about 2 hours or so and about 10K, and you can complete any team affinity that you guys want. Like I said, I'm going to be grinding some of these pretty soon, especially some of those relievers just to build up my bullpen. Like I said, I have Riley Fingers in there now, but Zach Britton's going to be coming home soon, and as well Felipe Vasquez. I want to get him as well. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like down below. Hope you guys are great today. There goes out.
Love is love and hate is hate. To die's an awesome adventure and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory.